Hey, what's up, family? I wanted to make this story on a woman named Eleanor Williams, a woman who pretty much made a whole web of lies that destroyed over 5 men's lives, and not only just their lives, she also destroyed their families' lives and their friends' lives because they got harassed and protested against because of her web of lies. Now, the reason I wanted to make this story is because this seemed a little too common, where women make accusations against men that are false, and these men end up having to pay large consequences that they end up living with for the rest of their lives. Now, this woman pretty much made all these lies, got a whole bunch of sympathy, and raised over 22,000 pounds. So people believed in her made up lies. She hurt her own self. She bought all her own products to do this. And she made these stories on these strangers that she met, and the whole time she would get a phone and be texting her own self and acting like these men were the ones that text her and are threatening her and have hurt her. But footages show otherwise. Now it says she destroyed me and showed no remorse. 2 innocent men who were targeted by the R fanaticists who lied about being a victim of Asian grooming gang reveal how they were driven to brink of offing theirself by her false claims. So these guys were about to pretty much off theirself. 3 of them were about to try to discontinue their lives, not just these 2, but this report is only talking about these 2 guys right here, which is Muhammad Ramzan and I forgot what the other guy's name, but she made these false charges on these guys that she either met, worked with, or just ran into, and she pretty much destroyed their whole lives. Some people had stuff painted on the side of their house while they were in jail. Their family threatened. Another guy had to move all the way out of town. They all had to be locked up. It was just, she caused so much hate and so much protest against these people, these Asian grooming gangs. She called them either Pakistani or Middle Eastern Muslim gangs that were grooming and started all these far-right protesters in the UK that were all based on lies. She made the whole thing up. She pretty much even bought the hammer and everything to hurt her own self and claimed that these guys were the ones trafficking her and moving her around from different location to different location, and there was no flight records to ever prove that she was being moved around and were being trafficked. And even her mother denied that she would have known that she was being trafficked at 10 or 12 years old. But she made these lies up. She got everybody all riled up. She hurt herself really badly. And when they end up doing an investigation, they end up following the videotapes and seeing that she was all by herself in the hotel room by herself. She was walking around by herself. She made everything up by herself. She went and bought the hammer and hurt her own self and made all these lies against these people that end up going to jail and end up being humiliated in front of everybody and everywhere, and their families had to face the same kind of consequences, especially in this new age of digital technology where word can spread around town within a quick tweet or something. Now, the messed up thing is that's how it all started. She hurt herself real bad and put up a Facebook post saying that these guys had did this to her and are trafficking her and are in her and everything else. And it got these guys locked up. And when they looked back, they seen that she has done this a couple months ago, a year passed. She just kept doing this back to back to over 5 different people. And it's either she has fantasies. People said that she might be getting this from the movie Taken or 3 Girls, because all these are fantasies or made up stories that she's just coming up against totally innocent people. Now, she could have an agenda. She could be getting paid to start something against, I guess, the migrants that are there. So that way it would pretty much, I guess, start a whole bunch of protests against immigrants that were there, even though they could have been there legally. But that's a real messed up way of doing things, and she will have to pay for that. So if you know anybody that's out here, or you have ever made false accusations against a man or a person, you need to repent and make things right, or at least repent to God, because this is sad. This woman ended up getting 8.5 years for pretty much making up lies, for lying on these people that were totally innocent and never even touched this woman. But, you know, the courts first will believe the woman, just like the Tate case. If you think about it, the Tate brothers, they're in there with no charges, no nothing. And they don't have no evidence against them. They're not trying to use the videotapes. And Tristan just put out that he didn't even get interviewed yet. But this is sad that women can go out here, or females can come out here, these Jezebels, because somebody like this is a Jezebel, can just go out here, make up a whole bunch of lies, either hit their own self and say that this man either hit them or scratched them up or abused them. And now this man gets locked up even though he never even touched this woman, and has his whole life ruined because of that. You got to think this type of stuff sticks with a person forever. Assault and things like that. A person can't even get a weapon down the line if they wanted to work a security job or anything like that, or protect their home. They can't do a lot of things. And at the same time, that will always be on their record. And the whole time, a woman just made that up out of spite or hate or whatever the case may be. But it's just sad. I just wanted to make a video on this to warn other people from doing such things, especially the young girls of today. Don't ever make up no accusations against no man or allegations against no man that aren't true, and ruin a man's whole life up because of that. Because karma does exist, and so does God, and it will come back to haunt you in the end. Like this woman, who's now facing 8.5 years in jail. Matter of fact, she is doing 8.5 years in jail because of this. Because she got people out there protesting in the cold, protesting in the rain, filling their heart with a whole bunch of hate, texting these people and emailing these people and threatening these people and their families, having them to move from town to town because of that. All because she made these lies up. And at the same time, these people had to spend some type of time in jail, all because this woman made all these lies up. So please, people, don't make no false accusations against a person. A person's freedom is everything. So doing that is messed up. This is the video of her in the store purchasing everything. The hammer, as you can see right there. And it's just sad. It's just really sad. She ain't think that they was going to dig this deep into it, but she done started a whole protest and all types of hate and having these people's lives all ruined, all because she made everything up. And it's terrible that people got to really live like that and have to suffer through these kind of conditions because a person wants to make everything up. This is her still buying everything again, you know, so that she can harm herself later. And at the same time, she's going back to a hotel room that she booked herself, but claimed somebody else was trafficking her in there. But nobody was ever in the video. She spent the night in there by herself and hurt her own self and made these lies against these people. Even her own mother said, I would have known if my daughter was being trafficked at 12. But it's sad. It's really sad that they take one person's word over another without no real evidence or proof, and is going as far as locking them up first, then finding out if they're innocent next. That's terrible. But hey, that's today's system. Guilty till proven innocent, I guess. Sad. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace and God bless y'all.